enjoyed it. Just competing against a different player out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think our time in LA last year was really helpful. It's a good group out there. I really like A-Lin, like what he's doing with the organization. A lot of great players out there. Look, a lot of cross work that we can do. It's always good when you can practice against somebody other than the same face, just to get another look, different type of tempo. And the weather's a little bit different out there too.
Do you think the starters look forward to these joint practices because of the extended reps and maybe the higher intensity than they do preseason games?
It's all work, it's all work, just something that can get better, and it's different, and it's, you kind of work up in phases. First it's work without pads, then it's work with pads, then it's going against somebody else, and everything kind of helps leading up to that week one, which is where you want to be in full stride, and so I think all of it is helpful, so you just try to take it in stride.
Which one would you say is more beneficial, preseason games or high practices?
It's all beneficial. I wouldn't say it's just different. You want those live reps because in practice it's a practice rep. You're able to go back and watch the tape, get it corrected. In the game, it's almost like when it happens, it is what it is. It's on tape now. You can't get that rep back. So all of it is beneficial. It's all needed. I think everybody in the league probably is glad that they don't have a week one game tomorrow. And so you just want to keep taking it in stride and get better every day.
Mario, what kind of attitude have you seen out of Caden Ellis? He seems like a guy who's just kind of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to kind of get after it out there.
I think he comes from a good pedigree. Dad played in the league a long time, did really well, and you can tell it's in his genes. A good football player. You get somebody like that that's just hungry to learn, that loves the game of football. The sky's really the limit for him. It's really on him at that point. How good he really can be on him.
You said one of the lessons he's learned so far from you is to let football breathe and not just be all about it all the time, the time for family and everything like that. Why is that important for a young player like you?
It's probably most important for a young player to let the game breathe. You come in and there's so much information. You go to practice and you learn new stuff. Then you play another team, you learn even more. And there's so much information, but your brain hasn't expanded enough to be able to take it all in because you haven't been around the game long enough. And so you look at an 8th-year guy and want to go out and make the same type of play he makes. It's probably not going to be the same because he's seen that play 100 more times than you. And so being able after practice to go in, kind of let your brain breathe, get in the tub, shower, relax a little bit, call back home, talk to your people, and then come back to it. It's probably most important for a young guy because they'll go from the practice field, go watch the film, back to the practice field, back watch film. They're looking at their playbooks all night. Their mind never is trying to take in so much information, and it's kind of like mental overload, and they actually become a worse player than a better player. But if they let it breathe, that's when you see the young guys that do good.
Looking back at the last couple days, from a rest and recovery standpoint, how stressful was that the last couple days just after a preseason game?
Our training camp's been hard, and our practices have been intense, and to go in the game, come back. But it's training camp; it's supposed to be hard. It's the only way you're gonna get better. You don't want the season to be hard. You want to go through the stresses in a time like now, so that the time the season gets here is easier.
Even at 34 years old, how do you feel like Ted Ginn still can stress it?
That's unbelievable. I hope I can run like him when he's 34. When I'm 34, I'll be all right.
You don't see a drop off in his ability to run and his speed, I guess.
You still see him getting behind people, don't you? So these guys, DBs, ain't slow. So I'm not out there on that island to know exactly how fast he's running, but if he's getting behind defensive backs who run 4.3 and 4.4, and tell you how fast he's running. And at 34 years old, that's pretty incredible to me.
Briggs is someone else in the building, obviously, who's had to push the limit as far as players being able to play at a certain age. Do you ever go to Ted Ginn and just ask him what's in his regimen or how he's taking care of his body? Maybe some of it's luck and hereditary, I guess, but you ever kind of bounce ideas off of him or what's in the
No, you just watch guys like that. You always see them in the building. You see them with their routines. You see how they eat. You kind of see guys like that. They're in the same place doing the same thing every day. And you just realize, so much of this game and longevity is about having a good routine that works. And I think every player is different. Part of it may be genes. Part of it A lot of it may be, you know, focus and discipline, and you know, it's just a credit to them.
Demario, when you look at your accomplishments, and what I mean by that, you only 4 times in Saints history. You look Ricky Jackson twice, Von Johnson, where he had at least 110 tackles and 5 sacks, and you did it also in a Jets uniform. Is that just kind of a measuring stick that, you know, you involved in the pass rush, getting 5 sacks and over that 100 mark in tackles?
I think it's first of all, it's a blessing, you know, to be able to make it through, you know, have enough games to be able to get those stats, you know, and I mean, this game is 100% injury, so I count it as a blessing from God every time I'm able to make it through a full season. I think that's a big part of it. Then so much of it is coaches looking at your ability and putting you in position to be successful, and then trusting the scheme and being where you're supposed to be. And then I think playing with a unit like this that's really good on the offensive side of the ball puts us in a lot more third downs, where they throw the ball to the running backs on check downs more, so you get more tackles, and the third down you get more pressures, put them in longer situations. That opens it up and makes it easier, because in the Jets, the difference in the Jets was I did it in 100% of snaps, and here I did it on like 89% of the snaps. So you see like the difference is it's easier to do it on a team like this because of the makeup and the dynamics.
Near the end of the year, I mean, that difference in snap count, I think it was about 100 or so
Yeah.
between the Jets and here. I mean, did you feel that difference at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Getting into the playoffs, like I feel fresher.
And that's a good, like that's another tribute to the coaches. My coach kind of talked about that early on. He was like, listen, where you were before, you didn't have to prepare your body for postseason. Now you need to make sure that you're prepared to go in the postseason. So we're going to kind of try to protect you in that way. So that was helpful.
What do you like about the joint practices coming up, and then in particular, do you like anything about going against the Chargers?
I'm looking forward to the weather, that's for sure. And then they got some good players over there, some good tight ends and backs, so that should be some good cross work. Looking forward to that. Like A-Lin, great coach, love what he's doing with the organization. And we had great practices out there last year, very competitive, very professional practices, so I'm looking forward to it.
Demario, how about Phillip Rivers going against a guy that's very similar to Drew Brees, obviously, with all his experience?
It's good work. That's kind of the best work. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the game. You're going to see it from the best. You know, chicks at the line of scrimmage, reading up the defense, understanding where to go with the ball. You know, you can't get a better look than that.
Right,
Hey, thank you guys.